Hello everyone, this is Wolf Outdoor Review here. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Gerber MP600 Multitool. This is the multi-tool currently issued to, I believe, all Army or all military personnel. There's different models of it, but this is just the standard one. This isn't the demolitions one or whatever. Discuss the carbide cutters that are replaceable. So, that's with that all out of the way, let's dive into this review. This is going to be a quick review of this because, yeah, it's just going to be quick. But this is the Gerber MP600 in matte black. This is, like I said, current issued. So yeah, this is my current EDC multi-tool that I carry on me at all times now. And that's paired up with the Gerber EDC. This is the knife I carry. So, it is a Gerber. I don't know what it is, but I think it's called the EDC. But these are the two multi-tools I use. I'll do a video of this later, but anyway, this is just a knife, so there's not much to talk about anyway. So this is a tanto style with a saw type thing. So that's my EDC knife, and my EDC multi-tool is this Gerber multiplier. I don't know if you can read that, but then you have your measurement stuff there. And then that's all the writing on it. Oh, it says stainless. There's a lock button. And then lock and stainless again. This is nice because it's all one-handed. You can do everything with this one-handed. If you're shot in the hand or whatever, you can open it, flip it around, and then there's little grooves here, so you put it down on whatever surface you're doing, and then you could pull out what you want. Here, for example, here's the hook part for paracord, so you can keep it in your pocket, and it locks. You can't move it now. Once you pull down on the lock button, you can release it. So, if I need the knife, and then my hand's gone, I can access the knife one-handed, as you can see. Then stab, 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 cut, 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 whatever, whittle, whittle, whittle. Then I can put it away. Then from there, I can close it up and put it away, all one-handed. You can open it several different ways. That's the quickest way. You can do whatever you want. These pliers will pull this human hair off if you want it to. I don't know if you could see that. You can kind of see right there. Yeah. It'll pull hairs off. Some pliers are bad and they don't pick up anything or don't have good grip. If you grip something with this, it's not moving. So, yeah, that is the knife. The measurements of this multi-tool are in the open position. It is 6.5, but more realistically 6 5/8 by, at its widest point, 1.5. Yeah, 1.5. Closed position, this part doesn't close all the way, so that means the closed position is 5 inches. And then, yeah, so, and then in it, the maximum arc of the plier heads are, I don't know if you're getting this, 2 inches. And the maximum opening of this is 4 5/8. So, this is a really nice multi-tool. You expect to pay anywhere from $50 to $100 down to $25. Realistically, $50 to $100 if you get a good deal. $25. But I don't remember how much I paid for these, but I've had this for a year and a half, and it's always been in my pocket, in my bag, somewhere close to me. And I have a huge, huge bin full of knives. This is the one in multi-tools. This and that Gerber, the only two I choose. And yeah, one hand opening. they have carbide cutters here that are replaceable. So what you do is, if they have little little indents right here, so you can put wires, line up wires on it. Don't know if you could see that hole. See the little hole there? The only hole in shot. That's for the wires. And if you dull these, you can rotate them up to 2 more times before you have to buy new carbides, and they're like $2. Plier-wise, these pliers are really nice. You can do most bolts, I would assume, up to that huge thing. If you're looking to use this to open bolts, you have 1 1/4 space on the top and 7/8 space on the bottom to work with for bolts. So that's quite a lot of room. Okay, moving down, you have these multi-tools. You have a can opener, which is very hard. This isn't a cheap Coghlan's Walmart brand can opener. This is solid steel. You could open like 1,000 cans before this goes bad. It's slow, but it works. You have a Phillips head screwdriver. This fits most of them, although it does taper off. It's not like a needle point. It's got a blunt head, so you can only fit certain sizes. You have a eyelet tool, and I think maybe a sight tool. I'm not sure what this does, but this is so you can, this sits all the way out here, so you can put this on your pocket. And you can't have multiple tools open. You can only have one for the lock to work. And you have a saw. As you could see, on the other side, you have a very sharp knife. This thing is surgically sharp. And it's good awl shape, so if you have to cut leather, this thing will cut anything. It's almost as sharp as a K-bar, which I have mine certainly on. I think that's the medium-sized flathead, and a beer bottle opener, or I think a soda can opener, or I think that might be what that's for. One of these you can use to open cans of soda, like cans. So that. You have a large version of the flathead for larger things, like weapons, disassembly, and whatever, and a delicate one for eyeglasses. And then a file, if you have to file your way out of something. And this is a nice file. And of course, a lot of this is replaceable too, so if the file goes bad, you can replace it. So that's the tools. I'll leave that there for the thumbnail. This is a really nice tool. You have inches on one side, centimeters on the other. As you saw, how much you have. But yeah. So there's the one side. You got the centimeters Gerber multiplier. On the other side, you have inches. And then there's, I think, a serial number. 0870318M. I don't know what that is, but yeah. And here's a look on the inside of these. So you've got little teeth, and then bigger teeth for bolts, and then your carbide cutters. And yeah, you can't use these without the carbide cutters, unfortunately. And yeah, so that's all the tools on this. Now I'm going to get my K-bar, and I'll show you how I have mine set up. And I'll be back. Okay, here's my K-bar. Move that out of the way. And it's got the Gerber pouch on the top. I'll do a quick review of this K-bar in case, so I don't have to do another review later. This is a standard K-bar. It's not very sharp right now because I have to sharpen it, but K-bar, Olean, New York, USA. It's rubber handle. It's not leather. So this thing, you could get blood on your hands, water, sweat, muck, filth, whatever you have, and still use it. It is 5 1/4 inch long for those who need legal stuff for knife carrying size. Realistically, without this metal piece here, you have 5 7/8 or 4 7/8 for real blade length. You have a blood groove here, so blood gushes out. You have a top part that's very kind of sharp, so That's if you have to do delicate cutting that needs something thin to cut with. You have a top pouch that's very thick, so you can pound a log to split wood with this. And these have been able to use to split wood. There's a torture test video on this where someone just like beats this onto a, does it blade down onto a cinder block and still able to cut a piece of paper. It's wild. Just definitely look up K-bar torture test if you want to see that video. It has a Kydex sheath that's really nice, and it's a it has two safeties here and up here. And then if you want to use it, this isn't ambidextrous safety, so you can flip it over this side. Same with this, you can rotate that, so whatever size you want to click the buttons off. It has a belt holster and whatever this thing is. So I'd assume a drop leg platform holder. Normally it has two little slots for a belt, so you could slap it on your leg. I've rigged this up to hold this pouch here for my Gerber MP600. So, as you can see, this is my Gerber pouch. And here's an idea of how I did the webbing. I went in, under, went like that. So in, and then did a bunch of random stuff till it held. And it was quiet. So then, once I put all these tools away and close it up, this sits nicely in here, and I still have room to put a matchbook or something in there. Like that. And my other knife fits kind of on it. So if I'm sure I won't lose it, my other knife fits on the side there. So that's my EDC kit, if applicable. If I'm at school, I can only take my Gerber MP600. Because my school's very relaxed on knives, so lucky me. And then, yeah, you have knife, Kydex. This thing is pretty bulky, but it works. And this is good because you have a huge knife for chopping, a small knife for whittling, and or fighting, whittling, whatever, cutting up onions or whatever, or both those. Then you have a multi-tool so you have essentially a whole toolkit, kind of. Of course, you can always carry. They also make a thing for here that'll fit a ratchet. It's a hex bit set on the front. So whatever those drill bit things, you can use different security bits. There's something that goes on the front of here to make this a screwdriver. So that limits this. That explodes this into multiple more tools. So yeah, and then mine came with a pouch. It should have a piece of plastic PALS clip, but I don't like that. I like this on here. Right now that's noisy because of the knife. Normally I have two matchbooks in here, and this part's tied down, and then nothing moves. Just the rivets. And it's very quiet and very secure. Anyway, that's my quick review of my K-bar, my Gerber EDC. I don't know what it's called. I bet if you looked up images of skeleton like tanto, serrated tanto knife, you'd find it. I'll put a link, I'll put a comment in the description of what it's really called. Then we have my Gerber MP600 with carbide cutters. There's also different versions of this that you can get this that have non-carbide cutters, and they have just a pair of scissors, but they get dull, and then you're screwed. And then they have the same similar things. There's one of these has a C4 punch, a blasting cap crimper, a bunch of other stuff. And then there's one of these that it's a maintenance tool, so all it has is stuff for M16, AR-15, assault rifle maintenance stuff. So it's got like a bore cleaner, a sight peg adjuster, a pinicky rail pin thing, a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, so this is my review. This is my EDC for right now. I just thought I'd share it with you in case you wanted to use the same or similar. Yeah. So, that is my EDC kit. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, ideas, please leave them in the comments or privately email me at wolfoutdoorreview@gmail.com, and I will answer them. Thank you for everyone who's been with me since the beginning, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. It helps give me the motivation to make these videos, and I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. Anyways, until the next video, I will see you around. Oh, also, I better get the... Never mind. Better get the knife things for this. For those people who want to take this stuff to school, this knife is realistically 3 1/4 sized, and it is non-flick assisted. It's that, but if you give it a hard enough flick, it flicks open. Well, I did it too. You have to get it good in your hand, and then you can use it. But yeah, and then on the Gerber MP600, don't take these in airports. Oh, also, yeah, there's another one of these that's airport safe. It uses a jigsaw blade, so you can take the blade out and throw it away. But don't take it in airport anyway, because I've heard of people getting these taken away, even with the bladeless versions. And also, these come in matte black and stainless steel color. And then the blade on this one, in case you're wondering for school or whatever, the saw blade is 2.5 inches, and it is blunt, so you can't stab anyone with it unless you use that, but that's not very sharp. And the saw is only really good on what you're sawing, and you have to put a lot of pressure. I'm not bleeding, so as you see, it's pretty dull unless you, but when you do intentionally want to cut something, it cuts quickly. So that's not usable as a weapon, but don't take a knife to school unless you ask your school. And then from here, this blade is 2 1/4 inches long, and it has a punch on it, so that could be dangerous. So if you're taking it to school, just consider the bladeless version. Has the same tools except the knife and the saw, and its replacement, it has a pair of scissors and the replaceable blade, I think. Even then, both are replaceable. So that is my review of the Gerber MP600. I believe what it is Gerber EDC knife, and the K-bar black. All these are available on each independent website. I'm not gonna. If you want to look for them, just look up black K-bar, MP600 military, and I'll put a link to what this is. And then this is the Kydex Sheath version of the K-bar, and then this is just a standard Gerber MP600 pouch in black. And then this is just paracord. Anyway, that is my EDC knife/utility instruments review. If you have any comment suggestions or whatever, leave a comment. And yeah, please consider subscribing and checking out all my playlists if you're interested in cold weather tips, bag reviews, grenade pouches uses, anything. And yeah, until then, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.